we do have this brilliant clip of Kyle Kulinski, and I know we've probably done 15, 20 segments now based around Kyle Kulinski calling out Joe Rogan. I get it. But trust me, guys, this one is really good. He's still on fire, still coming up with creative new ways to skewer Joe Rogan. And honestly, this is a nuclear attack. This is crazy. Kyle at his absolute best, taking on and taking down Joe Rogan. And although he doesn't bring up Cenk by name, I think it's so telling that this is his tone compared to what we saw from Cenk and Anna, which, by the way, continued on last night's TYT show. We're not going to bore you with that, but they continued fucking sucking the cock of Theo Von and Cenk Uygur and Tim Dillon and all. Oh, they're so fucking independent minded. Oh, independent media is back, baby. Like it's crazy. But let's take a look at this, Zach. Do you have any thoughts?
No, let's go ahead and plow right into it.
This is who this guy is. Stephen Miller is a Nazi, and Stephen Miller is running the deportation policy. Period. It's not like this wasn't known. This was known. All of this was fucking known. And here, bro, can you believe how tough he's being on immigrants? That was the whole crux of his fucking campaign, bro. That was the whole crux. So do me a favor and shut the fuck up or come out and say the right thing, which is, I was conned. I was an idiot. I fell for it. Fell for it to get an award for me. Trump is a con artist. He's a warmonger. He's a fascist. And Kamala Harris would have been better. And I should have supported Kamala Harris. Say it. Say it, Joe Rogan. And if you're not going to say it, shut the fuck up. Not interested in what you're saying. No interest whatsoever. No interest. Because here's what I'm sick of. And you all know this. Here's what I'm sick of. I'm sick of these people who were riding the Trump train. Choo-choo, yay, Donald Trump vibes are online. It's really cool. Everybody loves the Trump stuff, bro. He's triggering the libs, bro. He's triggering the libs. Then, when it's the fucking train wreck that we all said it was going to be, it's every now and then a tiny, bro, I don't think I'm in favor of getting rid of due process, bro. Oh, you fucking genius. You brave, courageous soul, you. I'm like mildly against getting rid of due process, bro. You know what I'm saying, bro? Anyway, let's talk about that.
Guys, we have to talk about this. This is I haven't seen this before. This is textbook Kyle. This is Kyle at his best. This is what he does so well, right? He can be a goofball. He can be silly. He can be funny. And he's also absolutely shredding Joe Rogan right now. And he's also giving him an opportunity to make amends. Hey, Joe, here's what would actually mean something. You coming out here and saying, I fucked up. I made the wrong choice, right? You're such a big man. You're such a dude that can stand on his own 2 feet. How about you come out here like a man and say, I was wrong. I got duped. I was fooled. All my buddies conned me into doing this because I don't know how to think for myself. Now I want to learn to think for myself because these assholes got me in trouble because I don't want to see dudes being black bagged at Home Depot. I don't want to see an end to due process, right? That's what you should come out here and say. And Kyle just shreds him, and he also shreds him in a way that's not like, I'm holier than thou liberal, right? It's like, I'm a dude just like you who is pointing out how stupid and fraudulent this Joe Rogan character is.
UFC fight. Did you see the pink-haired college kid, bro? The wokester, bro? We're not playing this fucking game. We're not playing this fucking game. You built that. You gave us. You said you think you were the reason Trump won. So I'm so sick of this bullshit. Retreating to your nonsense, dumb guy, enlightened centrism is not enough. It's not fucking enough. Say what I laid out or shut the fuck up forever. As somebody said online, I think it was Energimentum, he was like, it'd be so much more dignified if Joe Rogan just didn't mention anything political and just like moved on, right? That would be way more dignified than this bullshit like, bro, can you believe he's doing the thing that every liberal and lefty in the country said he was going to do, bro? Wild, bro. Yes, that's right. And you, Joe Rogan, and all these little fucking sycophants, they have liberal derangement syndrome and leftist derangement syndrome and Democrat derangement syndrome, and they don't realize these fucking people have been right all along. We've been right all along. And you can't swallow your pride and fucking admit it. So every now and then, 90% of the time, you're doing your same old bullshit, and then 10%, bro, I don't know if feeding immigrants to alligators, that seems like a little inhumane to me, bro.
And just compare that to Cenk and Anna's analysis of the exact same Joe Rogan clip, right? Where it's like, oh my God, everybody wanted to say Joe Rogan was a Republican, but he draws the line at Alligator Alcatraz. He's a humanitarian. He's one of us, man. He doesn't want them to be fed to alligators. He just wants them abducted and taken out of the country humanely.
Yeah, 100%. And again, like, I don't want the impression to come off like we shouldn't take yes for an answer, right? Obviously, it's a good thing that people like Joe Rogan are pushing back, even in the minuscule and kind of pathetic ways that they are. Why? Because it's a sign that even Trump's supporters are kind of getting uncomfortable with some of that. No doubt about it. Does that need to be acknowledged? But what I think is unnecessary is giving Joe Rogan all of this unnecessary credit than Jake and Anna give him. Again, you can sit there and kind of objectively acknowledge, like, hey, this is a good sign for America. The fact that people like Joe Rogan and people like Theo Von are now feeling uncomfortable enough that they're speaking out, again, even in kind of minuscule, sort of meek ways. At least it's happening. That's a sign that MAGA and the right wing is starting to get uncomfortable with the fascist fucking direction that this country is going in. That's worth acknowledging. What's unnecessary, though, is what Jake and Anna do, which is to fucking suck off Joe Rogan and act like he's this anti-establishment, independent thinker, this populist who's, just shooting from the hip, bro. And like, just because he disagreed with you on this doesn't mean he's not going to tell it like it is. And it's like, yeah, except for that's not what the fuck was happening in the crucial 3 months leading up to the election when Joe Rogan, we actually could have used an independent thinker when he had 3 hours to fucking interview the president or the future president of the United States. It would have come in handy to have an actual anti-establishment fucking independent thinker. Unfortunately, that's not who showed up to that interview.
It's enough already. All right, let me give you one more. This was a video from the Wall Street Journal from either just before the election or just after the election. And listen to what they say.
$315 billion. That's one staggering cost estimate for Donald Trump's signature campaign promise.
The largest domestic deportation operation in American history.
The largest domestic this was on the campaign trail. The largest domestic deportation operation in American history. And Rogan's like, bro, can you believe they're doing mass deportations, bro?
More conservative estimates are still enormous. One group puts it at $162 billion. That's more than the government spent on most federal agencies in fiscal year 2024. We'll explain why an operation of this scale could require hundreds of billions of dollars over the course of a decade.
Is it your plan to deport everyone who is here illegally over the next 4 years?
Well, I think you have to do it. And it's a very tough thing to do.
Over 10 million people. Over 10 million people. Do you think there's over 10 million undocumented immigrant violent criminals here?
That means roughly.
Also, literally just yesterday, Rogan was saying we only thought that we thought he was going after criminals. He is on record. We knew that. I hadn't found this clip Kyle just played. He just says that, oh, well, I think that's what you're going to have to do. We knew that was what he was going to do. Everybody knew that was what he was going to do. But you still had people like Rogan sanitizing him. You even had people like Anna Kasparian and Cenk Uygur sanitizing him, saying, oh, this is what Bill Clinton did when he sent, Haitian refugees to Guantanamo, or this is what, so-and-so did when they misappropriated federal resources. See, it already happened. It's not crazy. No, it is crazy. It is a fucking departure from American policy pre-Donald Trump, and it's going to be devastating.
Yep.
13 million immigrants who entered the country illegally are at risk of deportation, about 4% of the U.S. population.
For the record, this is also economic suicide. The American economy would come down like the house of cards that it fucking is if they actually do this. And by the way, I'll be damned. Stephen Miller is 100% trying to do this. Final point I want to make is this. Joe's guest was talking about, wow, they're going after pro-Palestine college kids. Do you think it's just going to end there too? Is that what you think? What they're saying now is, even if you're a legal immigrant, even if you're a legal immigrant foreign student coming into this country to study, they're saying, unprivate all of your social media. We're going to read through it. If we see anything we don't like, you're kicked out of the country. What that means is, have you criticized Donald Trump? If you've criticized Trump, you're not allowed in this country. So the goalpost.
And by the way, we're already fucking seeing that. Some like Swedish guy or whatever got denied entry because he had a JD Vance meme, a rare Vance saved on his phone. Remember that? It's fucking crazy. And you go back like 4 years ago and right-wingers were talking about how they were fucking under attack from the censorious authoritarians because like some asshole got banned off Twitter for saying the N-word or shit or some shit like that. And Matt Taibbi was like freaking out about how Tulsi Gabbard was like being fucking followed at the airports and shit. And now none of them have fucking shit to say about actual fucking American citizens being black bagged on the streets, taken into unmarked vehicles and taken to fucking gulags in El Salvador. It's genuinely insane.
And not only that, but people who are ostensibly Democrats are just rolling over on the fucking talking points. Let's look at Brianna Wu, who you guys might know as somebody who Cenk sent all your Rebellion PAC donations to, more than he sent to any single other candidate. He lined this lady's pockets, even though she did fuck all for the
And she wasn't
organization.
even a candidate. She was a fake fucking, what was her official
She
role?
was a consultant, and she was the director of fucking Rebellion PAC. It was crazy. And she would take money both for herself and to funnel to her consultancy firm. So it was just a huge money laundering scheme.
Yeah. And by the way, she loves to post photos of her 4 Porsches, by the way. So that's where that money actually went.
Exactly. She also loves to talk shit on Palestinian people and make Zionist propaganda. Gay porn star from Iran, as if that's fucking relevant. I actually don't think people that hate America should be allowed to move here. Let's give that spot to someone who believes in our values, rolling out the red carpet to deport people and deny entry to people who do not share the politics of the sitting administration.
Yeah, this is the same person who fucking celebrated when Marco Rubio was confirmed as Secretary of State, saying that I'm looking forward to having a foreign policy with balls once again. This lady is a fucking Republican. She's straight up just pretending to be a Democrat at this point, so that she can force this Zionist propaganda on Democratic candidates and on Democratic voters, because that's what she's paid to do, quite simply. But yeah, that's insane.
Yeah.
A gay porn star from Iran. That's basically what I wanted to react to from the video. But yeah, another epic moment from Kyle calling out Joe Rogan, someone whose show he appeared on 5-6 times. It's hard to even imagine that now, them sitting down and having a friendly conversation. But it used to happen.
Yeah. Oof.
Look out the door if you hear an ambulance. The Vanguard will be there.